processes. Then there are the fifth is the innovation. So because we cannot be just only surviving, right? As we have discussed earlier, that the sometimes business have to completely adapt the business model, or not in the related party, not in the related business, but in completely different business. So the innovation is very important. So we have to have a correct process, or a resilience in our in our business culture to allow innovations. Innovations practically means that we will try and fail, so we have to adapt that failure. And but with the traditional financial processes like ROI and capital growth rates or NPV, innovations will not be able to finance. So we need to have the entrepreneurial culture, but it requires change in our traditional financial processes. And we have to develop the leading KPIs for performance improvement, measurable improvement in our process, in our performances. So that leading KPIs means that we are not going to track like total sales for the year. That's a laggard KPI, which means that which has already been done in the past. Leading KPIs means the processes, how we are reaching to the sales, means how many customer we have approached, how many sales, how many proposal we have sent, or what is the proposal to what is the approval rates of the proposals. So those are leading KPIs, which means we are not measuring the result, we are measuring the process through the to reach the result. So CFOs are now going to be working very hard in redesigning their KPI system, or key performance indicator system, for performance measurement from laggard KPIs, or to leading KPIs. So leading KPIs done measure the processes, while the laggard KPIs measure the result. So we are now slowly changing from leading KPI from laggard KPIs to leading KPIs, and fostering the culture of our innovation. Then the last thing is going to be on the non-finance role. So CFOs are not only accountable for their business, not only accountable for finance, but now they are also getting involved with the other roles in the business. So they are change enablers, they are the transformation leaders. So they use design thinking to drive the transformation in the organization, digital transformation or the business transformation itself. So the CFOs are now going to be the design thinkers as well. They have to lead the change. They have to be the transformational for change in the business. So that's how the business is going to change. The CFOs are going to change themselves. Then they will be the core contributing role in operations and business strategy and development. So the CFOs are changing themselves to be the core contributor in the business strategy and development. Like me, I am now helping my business in the sales and marketing development, or the digital marketing strategies, or even in quality survey of the quality aspects of the businesses. Because that's not, finance is the core, yes, but we are also helping our businesses in non-core, non-finance cores, so that we are contributing in overall business strategy. So you will see many of the CFOs are growing into the role of CEOs, and the only reason why they succeed in those roles is because they are contributing to the operations and business strategy. And in the future, 2022 and beyond, there will be many CFOs who will transit into the role of CEOs by focusing on non-finance roles. They are CFOs are communicators. Are clear thinkers because they are thinking in finance, so they can understand the financial numbers better than anyone else. But we also have to be the clear communicator of the situations of the current crisis, of the current situation of the company, and deliver a right message to all the audience, where they are able to make a correct decision. We also have to focus on the mental health and wellness of the team. So CFOs are not only going to be working on the financial reporting and processes, but also on the mental health and wellness. So how they are going to do that? They are going to do that by having like yoga sessions or leading them to the wellness programs of the organization. Make sure there are processes to have a stress busting, less burnout, and have a high trust environment, because when we are working remotely it's very difficult to trust each other, right? We have to have processes where we can trust each other as well. Then the another focus is going to be the data security. Now, since we are talking about the digitalization, we are talking about the automation, it requires all the data to be in the systems. So the data security and its integrity is a very, very critical factor. If anybody is able to hack into the systems, then the whole entire data, the personal data, the customer data, or the company strategic data is stolen, then the survival of the company itself or the business itself will be in trouble. So that's another known finance role which the CFOs are taking. Even though CFOs may not be the IT experts, but they need to learn the cyber security laws, because they are handling a lot of data, right? And the finance team also is the creator of the data, so they have to be very good at following the cyber security best practices, so that they are not the one who are leading to the leakage of data. And the last one, and not the least one, is the diversity and inclusion. Now, since the teams are remote and we have a lot of peoples who are working in diversity, and they are of different colors, and the world is getting more and more aware of the racial discrimination and or the participation of women's and of the peoples of the color. So the diversity and inclusion is again another process where CFOs are also playing a key role, so that the organizations are more inclusive and are accepting the diversity in the business. So those are the